And so we've got, as you can see, the video right here. You scroll down a little bit. It reads. It reads. Excuse me. See that? It reads streamed 1 year ago. Not this year. Streamed 1 year ago. And okay. And Mario was the focus because Lauren brought this to me, complaining about Mario. Lauren did that. There's no mention of the Duongs here. Zero. 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 Okay. And now I'm going to get your comments because my friend Ed was saying Butterfly was the marketing company that sent those derogatory flyers regarding Lauren Taylor. And then he writes CWS, it's California Waste Solutions, ironically, are the biggest polluters and can't pay their marketing firms. Shameful. And I wrote back, Ed, that's not what this is about because that idea is a lie. And it is. There's some crap going on. I don't even know who Ed is, right? You know, it could be a horse. Okay? CWS was shaken down by Mario. This video does not mention CWS. And now it gets to the second part of what I have to tell you. First of all, I got a contact 2 weeks before the whole matter of the raid happened. Someone calling themselves by email Anonymous Oakland sends me a treasure trove of information all about the Duongs and their history from what I call the white media perspective. In other words, there were two: the white media perspective, and then, of course, the Vietnamese media perspective, which is a lot more balanced, favorable. The white media perspective, of course, was, well, about the straw donor allegations and everything bad. Nothing about anything that the Duongs did that was even-handed, right? Except the Oakland Post, which is ironic. So, because the Oakland Post is a black-owned media organization. All right? Now, for those of you who don't like that distinction, I'm sorry. But when you start looking at this situation in an unvarnished way, okay, that's what you get. I'm not going to ignore that. All right? That's what you get. Okay? So, hold on 1 second. I'm live on video. Yeah. I'm live on video. Okay. I don't know. You have some news for me that revolves the Duongs or Andy or this matter of that they're of this truth that's coming out now?
Well, I would like to expand and hear from you.
Well, go to Zenny62 YouTube right now. See you later.
Okay.
All right. So everybody thinks that they've got information. So not everybody. At any rate, look. All right. Look, all right. I said, why? Now, what I was told from two good sources, very good sources, was that Mario got a group, I'm not going to use the derogatory term, involved in a Mexican cartel. Because as I understand it, Mario had some agreement with the Duongs to go down to central Mexico and set up an operation down there, a plant or something like that. But what happened in turn was he didn't do that, and they were wondering what was going on. He paid them. Or rather, they paid, the Duongs paid Mario to do this operation down there. Mario's bilingual. He's from that area. He hails from that area. So this is all as it's told to me. Okay. So all of a sudden, I get this I get this trove by an anonymous Oaklander. I've talked about anonymous Oaklander before, and I'm thinking a lot of this is, well, covered ground. Articles from different people, articles about folks that aren't even mentioned now and really aren't relevant. So through all of this, and then I said to this person, I said, look, I wrote to this one on email. I said, look, I don't know who you are. Why don't you come on the show? If you don't want to show your face, that's fine. Use your voice and tell people what you're trying to say. This, in writing, anonymous Oaklander says, "Oh, I don't want to do that." All right. But if you write something, send it to me. I'll look at it. I said, no. First of all, I don't know who you are. As far as I'm concerned, right now, you're not a friend. I really don't know who you are. I'm not even sure I would do that. I have a friend do that to me, where I write something and they look at it, and I'm putting it out there. I said, look, you have to trust my process here. Okay? How I'm going to do this. So I looked through all this. I thought, trash. But then I found one piece that was in David Duong's voice, if you will, to Vietnamese news. And it was an English translation that I republished. If you read ZennyReport.com, you know about it at ZennyReport.com. So all of a sudden now, post the raid, we have this new set of stories. All of a sudden, Rainier Webb, who hadn't surfaced for me until way back in Seneca, January 15th of 2023, all of a sudden pops up on television, new hairdo, made over, looks great, right? All that stuff. Pointing the finger at the Duongs regarding campaign dealings. And now this story that I'm presenting to you all of a sudden introduces the Duongs out of the blue. And my first thought was, hey, wait a minute. As you heard, all right, why is it that Rainier and Samari are on record and Lauren are on record as all having pay attention first to Shang and Andre in the case of Ms. Webb, and then the case of Lauren Samari, Mario Juarez. And I'm calling, as you can see, I'm calling Mario. I'm trying to get to the bottom of what's going on. Trying to get this young man his money back because he's taking care of his father who's 86 years old. I get it. I'm a caregiver too. And not only that, I need a new hip. Well, just the right one. Okay? I need a new hip like Huey Lewis needs a new drug. Got a new hip? I can walk, I still think I'm I managed to keep my weight down, all that stuff, blah, 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 whatever. Always a good idea to remember humanity and humor in these things. Because you get caught up in this and really feel sorry for humanity. Because now what we have out here is a muddling of the truth. A friend of mine said, well, Lauren, did I reach out to Lauren? No, I did not. Well, actually, that's not true. Because I sent him an email last week, which he did not answer back. It wasn't about this matter, though. But as I understood, I was told by a friend that Lauren hadn't been feeling well. I don't know. I saw Lauren on television, but he's talking, it doesn't mean that he's well. So I said to my friend, I'll pray for him. Okay. But I don't like being set up to tell one story, and then they've got the mainstream media and Dan Noyes out there telling another version of it after the raid. And then someone saying to me, well, Lauren has a picture of himself with Andy Duong and wants to separate himself. You know what? That's wrong. Hey, if Dan Camp can come on my show and talk straight away about straw donors, which he says he doesn't know anything about, and donations, which he said were all normal, then how come these other folks can't? All right? Is this a matter of a number of former and current Oakland City Council members and mayors being so afraid? And I say mayors because, look, let's face it, Libby was raising money for Lauren when he was running for mayor, both when he was running for council and for mayor. All right? See, Lauren was Libby's answer to Desley Brooks. And Libby didn't like Desley as much as I personally tried to get her. I'm talking about Oakland Mayor Libby Schaff, my god sister, trying to get her to meet, this goes back to 2013, to meet Desley for lunch. Okay? Why? Because then District 2 council member Pat Kernahan was one of the ringleaders in the council that was trying to get Desley and then Oakland District 7 council member Larry Reed Trier's dad, censured. Was bad. Libby called me the morning of the vote. Ironically, complained about something else. And and she says, I'm not racist. And I said, no, because I've done this. And I said, Libby, look, you know what? You got friends like me. But don't ever say you've given money to anybody, because and that proves that you're down with us. I said, I said, I'm not going to let that fly. Okay, I said, you know what? You want to be mayor. Stay out of that stuff with Pat. That's what I told her. I said, this is going to come up tonight, and Desley's going to ream you up and down. Rightly so. I said, just say nothing and listen to her. So after she did that, and I was at council later that night, and she and I are walking back, Libby, and here comes Desley coming out the door. And I stopped. I said, you two sisters need to have lunch. They both started laughing and never did. But anybody who follows Oakland City Council knows that Desley and Libby didn't get along, and neither did Annie Campbell Washington. And they, particularly Annie and Desley, argued in public on council. Not our best moments as a city, but certainly not our worst. Happens. So Libby handpicked Lauren to go up against Desley. And Lauren, it took me a while to warm up to my brother, Lauren Taylor. Why? Because he would go to Desley's barbecue events and campaign in her premises, essentially, in her space. You know, there's this saying now, who does that, right? Well, he did it. He was very disrespectful to her. And just because you have a difference of a view of how someone runs a council district or anything else doesn't mean you have to be disrespectful to them, especially a black woman, as hard as it is for black women like my mom. You understand? I'm trying to get to 90. So I take a particular umbrage to that. For those of you who say, hey, Zinni, your last girlfriend was white, I say, yeah, so. I could say, hey, look, You say you're black, but your mom is white. Why are you getting after me? Some people are a trip, man. I mean, total trip. And then, by the way, who cares? And there's nothing wrong with that. Big deal. I got a lot of European in my blood. Whoop de doo. You know, do I speak French? A little bit. Not not too well, but who cares? My point is, and you say, why am I taking you down this hole? Because to emphasize that there's another string being pulled here. Why all of a sudden, because I was even, hey, ABC7 mentions the court case. Okay, fine. But did they dig? Did anybody bother to ask the Duongs to call them? I haven't heard, hey, I put in a call to them many times and they haven't got back to me. All I hear is stuff about them. All I see is stuff about them. Oaklanders know each other. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everybody knows each other. I don't know the Duongs well, to be honest with you. But there are a lot of other people that I'm involved with in terms of friendships because I work for a number of elected officials. I work for Elihu Harris and Jerry Brown. And then I know tons of people in Oakland. You do too. That's why you're watching. But why do we get to this point where all of a sudden this looks like some sort of weird, not so much circular, but almost angular firing squad? Because that's what we have now. And the mainstream media is being used. You got Channel 7 involved, KPIX, KGO. I said Channel 7. I meant KRON. And then NBC Bay Area. And then the Associated Press. And then the LA Times. And then Forbes. All right? So now this is national. National. And our city looks worse. And rightly so. Because this was crafted. Is this Mayor Tao's way of getting her stuff off the heat? Is it, Lauren may appear to be running against her, but have they talked? Somebody crafted this strategy. Was it Mario? And in the latest, version of his efforts to save himself, I am really sad that Mario has done this. Because if you didn't know Mario, I have not known Mario this way now, but since I put these videos up, other people in business have written in comments about what he's done to them in their businesses going back to 2008. Pay people, man. If you can't, then don't order the thing. All right? Or, a lot of rich people borrow them, get the money or borrow or ask for it from them. Tell them, hey, you know what? You made a mistake. Fine. But it hurts my heart to see him turn in this way. Now, a lot of people say, hey, maybe, the folks you think you didn't know. I grant that because I'm not close. I'm not close like I'm at their house. Never been to his or anything else. Now, Libby, I'm close to. That's different. The Duongs I've never met in person. So, all right. Well, we have a situation. Let's listen to what else Samari had to say. In fact, let me see something here.
been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 510472.